What is going on, guys? Steve M here. Welcome back to another video. Today is going to be a bit of a different one. So fantasy football is upon us. I do this every year. The link to join the league is down below. I'm only going to spend a couple of minutes doing this because there's something else I want to talk about, and it's very exciting. It's not really new, although it is new in principle, if that does make any sense to you. I know it won't, but it'll all become clear. So first off, fantasy football. I'll run you through my team, but like I said, the link to join is down below. We'll skip through this. So in goal, I have Edison. You have to choose two goalkeepers, as you know, so I have Button in there as well because he was just the cheapest. My defence looks like this. We have Gibson, again, just a cheap one to put on the bench. Johnson over the other side. And then I'm going to play a 3-4-3. So Wan-Bissaka, Robertson and Trent at the back. Running a risk by choosing two Liverpool defenders if they concede 2 or 3 goals in a game. Going to lose a lot of points there, but they're so good at going forward. Fingers crossed they should really balance that out, and they were the top. They were in the top 3, as you can see on the right hand side here. Trent, Robertson, and Van Dijk were the 3 highest earning defenders last year, so that kind of swayed me to do it. Plus, I'm a Liverpool fan, so I kind of wanted to get as many Liverpool players in there as possible. Moving on to the midfield, you can see Mane, Pogba, Hayden, Eriksen and Felipe Anderson. Hayden is just there because, again, he's the cheapest central midfield player you could choose. He's going on the bench with Gibson, Johnson and Button. And the midfield is going to be Mane, Pogba, Eriksen and Felipe Anderson. Now, Eriksen is linked with a move away, so I may have to change him before match day starts at 7 o'clock on Friday. You've got until 7 o'clock on Friday, by the way, to sign up for this, build your team and join the league. If you can join after, of course, but you won't get game week 1 points. So confusing. There's so many things going on in my life right now. Pogba has a 75% chance of playing the game because he's got a back injury. Don't know whether that's a real injury or one of those sort of, I may be transferred out soon, so I'm kind of playing dead so that I don't have to play any games until I leave. We'll have to wait and see. Hopefully I can get a lot of points from those though, because Mane is like top goal scorer in the league last year. Pogba was Manchester United's top goal scorer. Eriksen got a lot of assists, and Felipe Anderson was a bit of a tank. And then up front, it might not look very menacing, but trust me, points-wise, last season, these 3 dominated. Wilson finishing in the top 10, as well as Jimenez finishing in the top 3 strikers, I think, for the amount of points earned. And then De La Feu, who I think primarily plays sort of a wing position for Watford. I don't think he's their striker all the time, so he'll get his fair share of assists as well as goals. So that was kind of a logical choice there. Again, they are both 75% chance of playing, as indicated by the exclamation marks, because they've picked up knocks in pre-season. I'll reassess Friday morning, and if I have to switch someone, then I will. You can change, I think, 1 player every week without sacrificing points. Any more than that, and you are giving up some points. You can change as many as you want before the season starts, and you do get a wild card, so you could literally change whatever you want, but you can only use it once, and it won't cost you any points. Like I said, the link for that is down below. I'm thinking of maybe doing a prize for the winner. We might do like a £50 gift card or something for the winner. We'll have to wait and see what happens. It depends on how much I really follow it. I may give you updates. I tried doing like a full series on it last year, or no, not last year, like 2 years ago, and it didn't really take off. But I might do periodical updates based on how much I'm involved in this. Now, normally I give up by September because it's an international break. I hate internationals, and then I forget this exists, and by the time I remember, it's like February. However, this year's a little bit different because I'm involved in something called the Football Index. Now, if you know what that is, then you'll know what's coming. But if you don't know what that is, let me tell you. Now, first and foremost, we have to get out of the way. It is 18 plus, as technically speaking, it's gambling, although it's more of a stock market, so whether that's gambling, that's up to interpretation. But it is technically gambling, so if you are under 18, bugger off and leave the adults to play. Or you can stick around and watch if you want. It's up to you. I've warned you. Right, Football Index. This is it. And this, my friends, is my new addiction and basically what I will leave YouTube to do. I'm going to become a full-time Football Index champion of the world. That's on a genuinely, right? It depends how this season goes for me. But that is something that I would love to do. You know, I'd love to. I love gambling in general. If it's done right and it's done in moderation, there's nothing wrong with it at all. To a degree, for me personally, not saying it's for you, but I love gambling in general, betting on football, playing poker, whatever. I love it, right? And then this combines gambling, football, fantasy football, and an investment opportunity. It is everything I've ever wanted in one place. I'm not sponsored by them at all. I would love to be. Hit me up. But I just love it, and I believe in this platform, and I want everybody to know about it. Plus, there is a link down below, and I may or may not get a kickback if you decide to sign up and deposit through it. So that's entirely up to you. However, let me just tell you what this is all about, shall we? So, like I said, it's basically a football stock market, and there's no obligation for you to go and check this out if you don't want to. You can leave it. It's entirely up to you. I genuinely love it. It's difficult to explain how it works in its entirety. I think what the best thing for you to do is probably to go onto the website, sign up, don't deposit, right? Just sign up, and then go and have a look at their tutorial videos and their academy videos. And if you're still interested after watching a couple of tutorials, maybe go and go onto YouTube and search it up. There's a guy who does kind of like squad builders and like a road to glory almost, using the index, and obviously makes money from it. I think he went from £100 to £1,000. He's now trying to go from 50 to 1,000. He went and took that 1,000 and built another team, and then he's going to see how much he can earn from it and stuff. So it's kind of cool. He's got a podcast as well. If you want to go check him out, if I remember, I'll put a link to him down in the description, because he's like probably the best one to follow to get you involved in it. But essentially, I've just noticed Suso's gone up in price. Come on. Basically, what this is that you can buy and sell players freely. There's not a window or anything, and you earn money on them based on what the market is doing. It is literally a stock market. So right now, because the season hasn't quite started, we're sort of relying on the media and transfer news and stuff like that. So, for instance, the first player I ever bought, I don't own anymore, but Bamba was one of those players I went out and bought because I knew him from last year. I do Team of the Week predictions. Bamba is always involved in Team of the Week predictions because he scores a lot of goals. Now, they've just lost Pepe, so Jonathan Bamba has got a big role to fill. He is going to have to pick up some slack in scoring goals. He's very young. He's already a bit of a goal machine in France. So he was worth, what, £1.21? Now, the likes of Lionel Messi, and even like Neymar's up at like £7 something. I've got two Lionel Messis in my portfolio. He's valued at around £5. Ronaldo is £2 something, nearly £3. So they have a lot of room to move. Bamba being young, he's going to be around for ages. This isn't a short-term thing. You can't put a tenner in and make 1,000 in 5 minutes. It's not that sort of thing. It's going to take time. It's an investment opportunity. Now, I know someone who doesn't have hardly any money to put into this at all. He's literally put like £10, £20 in over the last 6 months, and he's just playing the long game. He's building his portfolio, and it's growing slowly, but he's getting there, and he's having fun doing it as well. Now, that's basically what I thought I was going to do until I got addicted to it and started throwing loads of money at it. So, with Bamba, I bought 21 shares, for instance, at £1.21. There wasn't any speculation that he was going to be transferred or anything. It's just people preparing for the season, going back through last season's data, seeing who scores goals and who gets assists and key passes and who's going to be playing the most time for their club. And Jonathan Bamba has gone up from £1.21 to £1.36. So it's an increase of 15p. Now that sounds pathetic. Oh, he's gone up 15p. Yay, I've made 15p. Yeah, now you times that by 21 because I have 21 of him, and now it's £3.15. That's fantastic, you say. It is. Because there are people out there who literally buy like 1,000 shares in a player at a time. Now, those are people who are just crazy rich and who have either been on this a long time and made a lot of money, or use this as a way to earn a living, because there are loads of people out there who are professional gamblers and they get on this platform and they've made a killing. Just go listen to the podcast link down below, and there are a lot of people out there who are in, I dread to think, hundreds of thousands of pounds profit from this. It's crazy. But that's essentially what it is. Now, player prices go up and down based on media, so if they get an injury, they'll plummet in price because they're not going to be earning what's called dividends. Now, I'm not going to go through the whole thing with you, but in terms of fantasy football comparison, how is it similar? Well, you get money based on goals scored, assists, key passes, and things like that. So, for instance, with Bamba, in the French league, It's only the top 5 leagues that it counts for. You can buy players outside of the top 5 leagues, but you're kind of relying on internationals, and you're relying on like media buzz. So if they're linked with a big club, or they're playing well in their country and people think they're going to get a January transfer or summer transfer or something like that. But either way, with someone like Bamba, if he scores 2 or 3 goals in a weekend and ends up in the top attackers, you will earn money for it, right? And the more shares you have in that player, the more money you get back. It's as simple as that. Now, like I said, a lot of people earn a lot of money from it. I'm up already and the season hasn't even started. It's just a lot of fun. You don't have to do it. You can go and check it out if you want. If you don't like the look of it, that's fine. Go play fantasy football or do nothing. Go play FIFA, whatever you want to do. It's entirely up to you. But if you do decide that you want a piece of this and you want to try it out, there's several ways you can get involved. So you can click the link down below. It takes you to the Football Index website. Sign up, deposit a tenner. You'll get a tenner for free then for doing it as well through that link. I get a little kickback as well, which is awesome. And then if you decide at the end of the week that you don't want anything to do with it anymore, do you know what, this is not for me, you can get in contact with them and they'll give you a full refund up to £500 depending on how much you've deposited. That's what it says on the website. So there you go. But trust me, if you do get involved in this, chances are you're not going to want a refund. It is fantastic. This is, I think it's about 3 years old now, this Football Index, but it started to grow. They're starting to get some big investments. So what you want to do is get involved now if you're going to get involved at all, and then you'll be involved before the boom, essentially. So hopefully you can make a fair bit of money out of it. But even if you don't make money out of it, I'm still enjoying myself regardless of what. Like, I find myself on it all the time. Who's my next purchase? If this guy goes up, should I sell him? If I go and sell him, I can then go and buy someone else, and it's just a big trading thing. It's basically, like I said, it's basically fantasy football meets the FIFA transfer market meets the stock market. It's brilliant. I've blabbed on long enough. I've left out loads about this. I've not explained things properly, and I apologise. I just can't really do it that well. So the best thing you can do really is to go and click the links down below and find out tutorials and see if this is for you. Hopefully it is, and hopefully I'll see you over there. But if not, I'll see you in Fantasy Football. The links for that are down below as well. If you have enjoyed it, smack the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and until the next time, goodbye.